Thank you. I didn't gather you here just to hand out free money. I did it to help you... Because, see, if you find good... And that means... So let's hear it. Want to live on your own terms? We can get there.
A pretty... I can answer that. Where I work, there's an old man who said if Katharina vouches for them, he'll hire them.
Sure, but...
I know. That's why we're going to get you some proper schooling.
We're going to erect a facility right here and hire a teacher who'll show you how to read and write and perform calculations. You can also learn carpentry, needlework, or medicine. And once you've the skill...
I don't care about any of that! I say just give us money! Sounds like a right pain in the arse!
You think handouts are going to keep you alive? If everyone sits in the cart and no one pulls, would you just sit in the mud till you die?
Oh, come off it! We take what we're owed! It's that easy! Besides, you were the one saying we'd steal it back from the rich!
You can do this.
Yeah, I did say that, but I wasn't right. And for that, I'm sorry. Something stolen is just gonna keep getting stole. You'll start to fear and resent your neighbour. It's an endless cycle of misfortune. How can anyone take pride in living off someone else's work stolen by force? I couldn't. No, we can't steal our way to a good life. We gotta shape our reality with our own two hands. We welcome anyone who wants to be their own change. Here, together, we write our own futures.
Do you think it's possible that I could be a leather worker?
And I want to try making clothes. I mend all my family's garb, and I'm pretty good at it.
I love teaching kids. If I dedicate myself to study, might I be a teacher as well?
What's gotten into all your heads? All this bloody talk about change. Too late for me, I say.
Not by half. So tell me, what do you want to do? We can work on this together.
Always thought it'd be nice to see the ocean. Thought that since I was a kid.
Then learn how to do calculations. If you can do that, I can introduce you to a merchant in Brylehaven.
This is really taking off. It's going to take me a while to get through all these people. I know the Parapus haven't had the best lot in life, but I'm feeling more optimistic about our chances these days. Because, I mean, you're going to be a king soon, yeah? Things will really start looking up for us then.
I'll do my best to live up to your expectations.
Good, because I'll be holding my breath. But I won't be sitting on my hands either. Not that we'll rely too much on you. It's gonna have to be a team effort. Though, I guess in an ideal world, we wouldn't need kings. One king can't make the world a better place. It takes everyone to pull that off.
But things aren't that easy.
That's true. The fight's only just begun. But I can see a path ahead. Just a matter of overcoming the obstacles. Our paths may be different, but I'll be fighting the good fight with you. And when the going gets tough, or when you feel all alone, you remember me. Because we're fighting together, king or not. No matter what lies ahead for you, we're comrades in arms.
The loyal hunter, Katharina, keeper and heritor of the Brawler's virtues. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
My dreams may seem impossible, but I'm not giving them up.
Katharina! Who's here? They've delivered
Wait, come and have a meal with us. Consider it an early coronation ceremony.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Hey!
Right then. Shall we?
Hey!
Mission accomplished!
You! You!
What now?
You!
What now?
Now what am I to do?
All right then.
Now what am I to do?
All right then. Where to?
Let's go!
All right, then. All right. Where to?
Let's go.
All right, then.
I'm chuffed. What in tarnation is going on? Oi! I'm chuffed.
Young man! Young man!
Amazing.
Young man! Young man!
I'm chuffed. What in tarnations? What in tarnations going on?
Stupendous. Right?
Just pathetic.
Hiya.
Just pathetic. Just pathetic.
Right? Stupendous.
What in tarnations going on?
All right, then.
What in tarnations going on? I'm chuffed.
Just can't stand it. You ill? Really?
How tragic.
You ill? Really? Just can't stand it. Just can't stand it. Just can't stand it. Truth.
What in tarnations going
Yo,
on?
hey. Thanks. Hey. No? No way.
Hang on.
You have enough?
What now?
No.
Why? Vinka, stop!
Damn it!
No.
But...
I've got to decide my...
Close your eyes.
Allow me to introduce myself once again. My name is Dataran. I'd like to thank you for your assistance.
Why did you kill Alonso?
I understand that you're angry, and rightfully so, but please, hear me out. The execution was proposed by Alonso himself. He agreed to bear the weight of my crimes and die with them. That is, under one condition. He had me declare my support for your candidacy by naming you as the key figure who put an end to the people's suffering. And in doing so, Alonso would accomplish his goal, to bring you great renown.
Why would he go through with that?
Perhaps it was meant to be a form of atonement. By giving you recognition and building your reputation, he could pave you a path to the crown. He truly believed that you could change the world. Alonso entrusted me with this letter, or rather, with his last words.
I wager you must be furious with me. I'm sorry I didn't let you in on the plan. I knew you would be against it. Believe it or not, I considered myself a just person. My cons were always in the service of a greater good. I convinced myself that it was all for my hometown, for my mother. But that pretense crumbled away, along with her life. I realized everything I'd done was out of my own selfish desires. Such a man ought to die. So, I found a way to make a worthy end of it. Come to think of it, death, too, is perhaps its own selfish escape. When you stopped me, I could finally confront that about myself. The truth of the matter is, I like lying. I like tricking people. Perhaps I never needed to be a good person. On the day of my execution, you'll be lauded as a hero, and everyone in attendance will be none the wiser about my deception. Yes, before long you'll ascend to the throne, and the world will become a slightly better place. All thanks to my lies. I've done far too much wrong in my life. But in my final moments, I will become the kind of person I've always aspired to be. I owe it all to you. Even though I know this wasn't the conclusion you wished for, you have my gratitude.
The devious schemer, Alonso, keeper and heritor of the Faker's virtues. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of his newfound powers, work to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
Remember your promise. Become the king.
Are you all right?
I have to win. No matter what.
You mustn't be hasty. Alonso believed you could bring about a better future, didn't he? You there. Bring him what we've discussed. This is Alonso's fortune. Though half of it was pinched from my coffers. Still, the fact that he managed to steal all this is quite impressive.
What are you planning to do with it?
Rest assured, I won't be taking it with me. Not after all that's happened. Alonso intended to give this money to his village, but he was terribly distraught when they wouldn't accept it. However, if you, the hero, were to give them the money, that'd be a different matter. Might you donate his fortune in your name?
If that is my friend's wish.
Thank you. I'll make arrangements for a coachman to transport this to the village. Come speak with me.
This one's important.
You... Somehow...
It'll be fine.
Yes. However... May I speak? It'll be...
Can't lose.
Yeah.
Yeah! Right. Besides... That reminds me. Okay, then.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It's finally here.
At last, only a day remains.
Whatever Luis throws at us, this is where we end it.
Between him and the Criers, he's certainly made a production of this. You don't suppose it's a trap?
Nah, he just loves a battle that'll make history. That's the bastard through and through.
Indeed. The man's in first place right now. Not much he stands to gain from subterfuge. But I'll admit, I have my own suspicions.
What? Losing your nerve, old fella? Me? I'm ready to lay the bastard out. I owe him at least one solid whack in the face from that.
You can start with one for Del. Give him 100 for yourself. If he becomes king, the kingdom is finished. Maybe even destroyed from the sounds of it.
Rella said as much too. About the country being overrun with hordes of humans. That might be his real aim. For the life of me think why Luis would want that. I thought he'd made his name as this grand human slayer.
At the very least, we know that Luis will not wield the king's magic to save this land.
We have our own future we're dreaming of. For Maria and Fabienne. For Grius and Rella. We've got to win this. For everyone's sakes.
You would pursue peril.
Great.
The stage is set for the decisive battle. He does not return within the hush of teleportation magic as a mere wanderer. He is whether...
He's here! Wow! It's really him!
Welcome back!
Your Highness!
His Royal Highness the Prince! We've been waiting for you! Go and teach that damn Luis a lesson!
Finally! This is better than any of the fables. I'm putting all my money on Luis to win.
Sounds like they're more excited about the spectacle than about the prince being alive. Still, suppose it makes sense.
But by the faces in the sky and upon the rock, we are squarely set in second place. Even with the gap between us and Luis, the prince has faithful supporters.
Though 'tis not truly His Highness's face wrought in stone, but our captain's. After all this time, I cannot help but feel conflicted.
Luis spares nothing for an old woman like me. Saint Rella spoke truth. We need the help of His Royal Highness the Prince.
He's the boy with a saint's blessing. He's got to be genuine. If the Sanctus Church's power is waning, should I take His Highness's side over Luis?
Even after her confession, they still keep her words close. I suppose no amount of past sins could make them forget her genuine kindness. Seems strange to say, but we owe her a great deal. Without her, the people would never have calmed, much less placed their trust in us. We can't let them down.
But looking around the city, some of the fervor seems beyond reason.
Your Highness! You can't stop at Luis! You've got to kill all the idiots who believe in him! They're not right in the head!
That right? You're the ones who aren't right in the head. It's because of stiff old cowards like you that this country's been spinning its wheels. Not ever getting better.
Then why hasn't Luis shown up yet, eh? Sounds like he's your coward, after he arranged all this too. True enough.
If he doesn't even show up after all this fuss he's made, everyone would feel like fools.
Probably going for another big, grandstanding entrance like at the royal funeral.
Don't care what he's planning. Either way, he's dead meat.
Save your fury for the fight ahead. But still.
Over there! His Royal Highness the Prince has arrived.
Wow, and Lady Juna as well!
I say, nothing wrong with an adore in public, but this is getting more claustrophobic than the engine room. We don't want to get stuck. I'm popping back in the rubber.
Let's head to the Hushed Honeybee Inn for now. I'm sure Maria will be happy to see us back.
All the customers say they're on your side. I was surprised at how popular you are.
Thanks for helping, Maria. We couldn't have done it without you.
I tried my very, very best.
I never thought Luis would be the one throwing down the gauntlet to you. If he'd survived, I'm sure he'd say the same. You'd better get some rest tonight. Come on, Maria. It's time you went to bed.
I wish we could stay up and talk more. Good luck tomorrow. I'll be cheering for you.
It's finally happening.
We've got to win this. For Grius' sake, too.
Victory is in our grasp. We once thought it impossible to save His Highness the Prince after all, and he now lives.
But without the king's wards, we'll be fighting on even ground. He won't make this easy on us.
The king's magic lived up to the legends. Capable of shaking the world itself. Every man, woman, and child has been at its whims for months.
Not the kind of power any of us want in Luis's hands.
But will this fight truly settle everything? By the spell's own rules? The throne will go to whoever wins the most support. Even after this battle, the crown's fate isn't set. We saw how the people's hearts have been whipped to dangerous passions. When the dust settles...
Whatever they make of it, we've come this far. All we can do now is finish our fight and strike to kill. Any less, and Luis will cut us down.
Indeed. Let us now devote ourselves to victory, and then worry of what comes after. We must believe in all we've yet accomplished.
This should be our last battle against Luis. I'm just trying to stay hopeful, knowing how far we've come. Now you've awoken your archetype, forged friendships, and taken so many burdens on your shoulders. You've really risen to this fight.
You're right there.
But it takes me back. If the prince could see you now, he'd be pretty proud of you. Don't you think? I mean, you and he were best friends. Best friends. Wait, what?
Yes, we were best friends. What of it?
Oh, sorry. I felt like I'd misspoke for a second or something. Don't mind me. Anyway, we'll make sure this is the end for Luis. Gotta report our victory to His Highness personally, right? It's like I'm seeing the prince smile again.
Right. Let's get some rest. We'll need it.
It's been a while.
So? It's time.
What now?
You can trust in me.
Nice!
Sounds like a lovely time.
I assassinate this, all right?
I'm counting.
Of course.
Let's go!
Oh.
I've learned a new skill! I'll always aim higher! I've learned a new skill! I knew I could do it! I've learned a new skill!
All right. All right. All right. All right.
Right. I could get used to this. A new ability. A new power to wield.
All right. All right. All right.
Good night.
At long last, my lord, our investigations have borne fruit. We know where the true prince lies. Those loyalists who disappeared with the prince led us right to him. We found traces of their coming and going.
Where was he hiding?
Far to the west of the royal capital, deep within a forest said to bewitch those who should wander in. An old village, erased from today's maps. That said, against all odds, it seems that this place is...
The lost village of the Elder. Last trampled by Forden's troops, sent to burn it to the ground.
You knew then?
I see now. To hide in a place publicly declared as destroyed. Quite a gambit. The prince was born there, you know. An illegitimate son, after the past king's heart was drawn to a woman of the village in his youthful years of debauchery.
What? Then the prince really does bear elder blood.
Forden did not raise the village for any defiance of his scriptures. He thought only to eliminate an inconvenient heir, a threat to his power, before his birth was known. The prince's survival, his complete disappearance, this was the missing piece. Zorba, go and snuff them out for good.
Sir, consider them annihilated. I've been hoping for an opportunity to test this newfound power.
Now, the battle at the royal capital looms. I must begin my own preparations. If you call yourself the prince, then I will give you a prince's end. And I have just the spell to do it.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning. Did you sleep well? Ready to face the day?
Yes, of course.
No hesitation at all. You've really grown out there.
But you have to come back, no matter what, okay?
I confess my mind strays back to the royal funeral. Yet we are more than we ever were then. Now we have the power to see this through.
Let's get out there, thrash him, and come back here to celebrate.
Never thought we'd find ourselves back at the Grand Cathedral for the final showdown. Let's pull ourselves together, ready our supplies, and give him hell.
Let's head there.
Can we talk?
Just sublime.
All right then. All right then.
Let's go!
All right then.
This heat is insufferable. I love it. I'm chuffed.
Ready?
Well, bit of a tricky situation. Can't exactly say I'm the tournament's official crier anymore, things being what they are. I mean, Sanctifex Forden and St. Rella are gone. Bluntly speaking, there is no tournament anymore. But like hell, if that's gonna stop me, as a lone citizen watching over the future of our country, you can look to me for the latest news on this upcoming fight. Woo! Live free, Crier! Fight the power! Very good. Let's begin, shall we? The Day of Judgment is here. The final fight between Luis, military paragon and one-man army, and the boy who claims to be the fallen prince. The entire continent's eyes are on this battle, folks, and only one of them's walking away. Let's see a show of true strength, worthy of our new king.
Your Highness, you can win! Give Luis the boot!
Count Luis! Kill that imposter!
It looks to me like Luis hasn't even bothered to show at the royal capital.
Well, there's no way he'd run away from this. Any time now. Any time.
Whoa, over there! It's Luis's gauntlet runner! And so the leading candidate finally makes his appearance.
Luis.
The two titans of this race have finally come face to face. Let's introduce our candidates once again for this final bout. Our first candidate, Count Luis. Adopted son of a minor nobleman, he rose to fame on his incredible military merits, quelling domestic conflicts and almost becoming our nation's youngest general. Suspected of attacking His Highness, he was denounced and cast down, but his name has since been cleared, and now here he stands, closest to the throne. Then we have the Elden candidate, he who claims to be none other than His Highness, the Prince. Though his identity is uncertain, his strength is undeniable. Through his campaign, we've seen his team flourish, counting even the songstress Juna among them. The time has come to demonstrate his power. Will it be enough for this youth to take the throne?
I have to commend you. A lesser man would have run. This all began with the king's failings. He was an unworthy ruler, and his incompetence bred the chaos that followed. You, who claim to be the prince, what do you believe the people seek in their king?
The power to rule everything.
Exactly right. Power. Now let me ask you, my gathered people, what is it that makes a king?
Power! My Lord Luis, kill him now! Only the strong can rule!
Your Highness, show us your power!
Young candidate, have you or your party any final speeches before the duel?
We have only one thing to say. Wake up! Luis's fair world is barbaric. A land where the strong prey on the weak. He promises protection, but he is the very man who would see you slain. Hear this. Luis ordered my home destroyed by a human. Are we a land of animals? Or are we a nation united in the protection of the weak, in raising up our neighbors?
He's the type of man who will kill anyone who gets in his way. If you crown him king, I know the country will burn. Rella said as much.
People, do not let your hearts falter. I desire but one thing, a world without inequality. And I shall gladly offer my shield to all of those who follow this ideal. Those who do not, however, will be slain without mercy or regret. It could not be simpler.
If your equality means you will sacrifice the people who need help most, then I deny your world!
So, you think you have the strength to protect the weak? Then prove to me these are more than empty words. Come then, and act your part in this showdown. I have a new world to build, and you will die in its name.
The time has come. We're finishing this, here and now.
Run them through!
I've got just the persona, Master! This might sting.
We settle this here.
Devil Summoner! Blow away!
The freedom of a wanderer. Come forth, royal soul! Wind!
Can you endure it? I strike to kill!
Oh, bloody hell!
Come, accept my challenge.
What was that?
I strike to kill!
Oh, bloody hell!
You've got a bunch
I shall
of
vanquish
slowing
evil.
you down, Captain!
Pierce!
I've got persona, Master! Going for the weak spot! Great job, Juna! Devil Summoner! I missed! Yuba, come on, focus!
I see. It would have... I will annihilate you! Can you endure it? I strike to kill!
Bloody hell!
Come, accept my challenge.
What's happened?
I strike to kill! I strike to kill!
Troll! They got you with multiple ailments!
Scour!
Well done! That's your opening, Captain!
Good! Very good. Yours is a worthy power, one untainted by petty tactics or cheap tricks. However... Magnificent! You truly have become more powerful. But I would expect no less of a remnant of humankind. You're a survivor of a lost tribe, aren't you?
Humankind?
Because he's elder, you would call him a monster!
You should know the truth by now. After all that time I allowed you to spend on that pagan island. History, as told by the Sanctus Church, is a fiction. No doubt you saw all the evidence of a truer history. One that told of ancient times where the land was ruled by a far different people.
You mean the legends according to the murals and ruins from the temple?
Yufa! Don't humor him!
But if that war between gods truly did come to pass...
Gods? How droll. They may have governed all things with works far beyond ours, but they were no gods. They were an ancient tribe unlike any other race now lost. Wielders of true magic. The modern age saw them called Elder. shunned from our cities. But in their time, they were known as humankind.
I thought humans were those mad monsters. What are you trying to say now?
Luis, you dog! Your lies will soil His Highness's name no longer!
You believe it false? What would I stand to gain from lies?
Elda are actually humankind? Why wouldn't I know that?
Hear me! His appearance as a boy is mere trickery. In truth, he is humankind. He is kin to the feral monstrosities that roam this land, leaving carnage in their wake.
He doesn't know when to give up. No one would believe this madness.
No need to distress yourself. I'll show you the proof. You, boy, who call yourself the prince. You will be the cornerstone upon which my utopia is built.
Utopia?
What's happening?
What ails him?
Witness the truth! Good people, you would know the identity of your would-be prince. Here he is!
He's a monster!
It's a human!
It's gone.
The truth of the humans is laid bare. They're no beasts, but another form of the Elder Tribe. Cast aside their guise with magic, and they reveal their true colors. He is no royalty, no boy, but a ruthless fiend intent on your throne!
It's not true! It has to be one of the Count's illusions!
What illusion? That's no prince! It's a monster!
It'll kill us all! Run!
What has become of him?
It must be Luis's wicked magic. Yet, the aura of Magla, it's exactly like a human's.
He's not!
He's a human.
Hey! Snap out of it! You have to stop this! Ah!
Afraid. Be not afraid, child. 'Tis not thy true self. 'Tis not thy true fate. In this moment, thy mind is disturbed, twisted by the power of that man. The time has come. Thou must face the truth deepest within thee.
What's that about?
Remember again thy true self, the purpose of thy birth.
An ideal world. Even if reality crushes everything I believe in, even if my ideals languish, I know I can trust you to see them through. It's always been that way. Whenever my life's been the hardest, you are always there to help me through it. After all, you're mine.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey!
Are you well?
Yeah, I think so.
You seem coherent at least. We saw you take on a terrible, monstrous form. We knew not what to do.
You had vast reserves of magic poured into you. It was eating away at your body and mind, but I've managed to suppress it. He may be back with us, but without rest, he will surely succumb to the spell. I don't know if he can withstand the same magic a second time.
I will not let you die.
It would appear the throne is now mine in every sense. None remain to oppose me. Your vengeance is at hand. Will you not finally slay—
Shut up!
Unfortunately, the prince is finished.
The true prince?
Bloody hell! Is that why he called?
Your part in this has ended. Go where you wish.
Seize the monster! I don't...
Attention now. How could you deceive?
I knew all along that filthy low boy.
We retreat to our gauntlet runner.
It won't be long until the entire kingdom hears of this matter.
Gallica, we've only got...
I know. We'll head to my home, and the prince's refuge.
Count Luis has saved the country. He has driven off the human who sought to usurp it.
Count Luis, it...
Sounds like we've got our next...
Might as well fall in with him. He'll keep us...
They'll be...
That boy is no monster.
Luis! What the hell?
The flow of that evil Magla was surely born from Luis's magic. I'll remember that sight for the rest of my days.
It was more of a defeat than it was a departure. They board the gauntlet runner and rush from the capital, as though hiding from the shrieking animosity of the masses. What more can they endure? There is no light to be seen.
A hiding place for the Elder Tribe. Wonders never cease.
We can marvel at it later. The mirror hasn't shown me anything for a while. I can't even see the room now, let alone the prince.
No. Luis's final words
At first glance, it is a simple forest, deep as any other. But the observant may sense that every tree in its formation is ancient and grand, bathed in mystical serenity. The name of this place is familiar only to the few who grasp the truth. The ancient Elden Sanctum.
Can you walk, lad?
That's a relief. Seems like the rest on the right here did him some good.
Poor chap's even got...
Hey, my mind just went blank. For a moment, I doubted you.
It's behind us now.
Nothing will shake me. And here's hoping that...
But what a sea of trees. If we get lost in here...
I can sense a special barrier in place. Meant to deliberately lead people astray, too. A perfect place to hide.
Gallica, how fares His Highness? Does the Farsight Mirror yield any news?
No. I checked a bunch of times in the Gauntlet Runner. But I'm not seeing anything. I'm worried.
Hurry and lead the way.
Right. Everyone stay close so we don't get separated. The village is this way.
All right, then.
Huh? This looks like... Who are you?
Are you alright?
The royal flower? Something about this place. It is much like the altar of the...
Gallica.
Oh, sorry. I've got this weird feeling that something really important happened here. Anyway, let's keep moving.
So here you are at last.
All right then.
How odd.
It was burned to the ground. One.
But why? Why would it...
Thinking back now. It may have been Forden who led the charge. I can't be certain. But if it was up to him...
Luis claimed that the Elden people were just enough.
They're not! Anyway, more than half of the villagers died in the fire.
'Tis a shrewd ploy indeed, to hide in a place.
Yes, over there. What?
He draws no breath.
I recognize him. He was the associate of the first operative I came in contact with.
Gallica?
Yes.
Then we...
I don't like that. Russell? You're sick?
Huh? My word.
You were...
I know. By the heavens. Then...
She's been helping us.
Alas.
Russell, where is His Highness? What?
A few days ago. Those detestable curs. I cannot tell you how long I had waited to see them gone. It happened before we could fathom it. A lone stranger. His Highness had only just regained consciousness since the curse is lifting. Yet, to protect us, he threw himself upon the assassin's blade. We were horror-struck. His Highness lay pierced through the heart, and we saw him breathe his last.
No.
The stranger was a master of magic.
Who?
I don't know who the murderer was. From the moment he appeared, I believe his sole purpose was to kill His Highness. As soon as the lifelight left the prince's eyes, the stranger left, with only a smile.
An innocent boy. Twice told me.
Luis.
Please.
We've laid him in the prayer room for now.
You're coming. Aren't you, love? I know.
I'd heard a rumor. 'Tis just... strange.
Something...
No? Well, I will go before you to the prayer room. Once you are ready, you are free to join me.
You going to stay here?
No. I must bear witness myself. As his knight, I must.
a little worried.
It's nearly time. Long have I waited. You must hurry. The time has come. All was for this day. There is still time.
All right, then.
This way.
No. Your Highness. Why?
I didn't realize anyone still remained to
Milady Gruaday.
May I ask who this is?
She is the chiefess of this village.
She was kind enough to shelter the entire organization when His Highness fled to...
I can't believe he's gone. I'm just some parapus orphan from Muslims. I was never supposed to outlive any prince. Was he killed here?
No. It all happened in the bunk room in the back. We moved him here to the altar once all was quiet. I don't know if you'd believe me, but I recede even if the boy is but a bastard sired by that
Despicable!
Do you know nothing? The boy was not brought across borders to us. He was born here. She was a flower amidst the forests. A woman of her death is on that man's hands. Like a piper, he wandered in and seduced the young queen with his idealistic tales. But he failed to protect his family and died powerless. The village was only set ablaze because the boy was in the way of the Sanctus Church's designs on the throne. And that insipid king could do nothing to stop them. But you see, this boy, His Highness the Prince, looks so much like Her Majesty. And so... You there, boy. Are you perhaps... No, it can't be. And yet...
Is something amiss, Milady Gruede? He is one of Gallica's allies. His loyalty stands with His Highness, and he has risked much in the Prince's name.
Whoa! What's with the formal introduction? You were the one who gave us our orders in the first place.
Hurry.
Hey, are you okay?
The time has come. Here thou camest to the end of thy journey. This secret place was home to thee. Now, remember thy path thus far. Walk thy life's road and see it anew. I have been waiting for thee to overcome thy trials. Long have I waited for thy return. Know this, his life is not yet ended.
What do you mean?
It all started on that ill-fated day when the usurper thought to extinguish his light. Before he fades away, recount all thou hast seen and felt, all thou hast gained in thy journey's course. Gallica and thee sought to take the head of Luis, but thy efforts came to naught. So, ye moved instead to join a tournament to decide the land's king.
In the prince's name.
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people by the support of peers and subjects alike. Thus, thou didst declare thyself the prince.
It was all for victory.
After overcoming many obstacles, thou didst finally lift the prince's curse. Yet by the cruel machinations of another, the young prince...
He is no longer with us.
Thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou hast no further reason to live.
That's not true.
If the prince is dead, wert thy efforts all for naught?
His will lives on.
So thy resolve is yet unbroken. So be it. Thou hast earned the truth. He was consumed by the curse, and was taken by a deep, abiding slumber. Yet his soul remained alive, so from his earthly form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey. And thus his stilled sands began to flow once more. Thy journey hast taken thee far, and taught thee much. So now I ask thee, who art thou?
I'm the prince's friend.
Is that truly thy role? Clear your mind and think, to name but a few. Thy parents, memories of thy youth? Hast thou any recollection of where and how thy youngest years were spent? Yes, thy memories begin the moment thou befriend the prince. Dost thou suspect the reason?
I just don't remember.
Then search thy mind. Thou knowest the truth in thy heart, surely. Thou hast nothing. Thou art a being of mine own creation. 'Twas Gallica alone who the Resistance laid their hopes upon all those days past. Thy life had yet to begin. All thou hadst, all that had been bestowed, was a memory. Thy mission to save. The prince. Thy memories of youth in the prince's company, and the void enshrouding all else in thy past. All signs of thy conjured existence.
I have nothing?
Nay. The words of the prince in thy memory are unmistakably of his true heart. The memories gained on thy journey. The friendships made. The trust forged. These true things art thine own. All thy trials, all thy experiences, wert to prepare thee for this day. To share the strength thou hast gained with thy other self.
My other self?
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond any you have yet faced.
Is that right?
So I bid thee answer my final
I am... the prince.
What is this?
Could this be?
Hey, what awaits us?
Hark, life is not yet lost. Thou wert born apart from the prince's flesh, born of his desire to change the world. In his stead didst thou travel the world. Thou didst support his heart, and became his living fantasy. That is thy true self. Thou art everything the prince sought to be, his ideal. It all began with the novel in thy possession. Drawn by the divine relic, Magla coalesced into flesh, and flesh coalesced into form. The form of an elder, as I once was. Time hath come. Awaken, reborn anew. No more the prince's dream of utopia thou wouldst chase. Nay, but thine own.
What?
What's happened?
Thou hast done well to guide him this far.
This voice... I'm sure I've heard it before.
Thy mind should now be clearing. He was never a member of the mission, the departure.
Who are you? Wait.
In those long ago days, he had just been born into this land. The boy needed a guide. Thus, I decided a memory so crafted to suit thee.
No, that can't be.
I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us. Will you infiltrate the military? This is your...
No!
By this choice, he might be saved. By these gentle, necessary lies, we could... As he traveled alongside thee, it is only by the... He has now been saved. And
what?
From here on, thy path is thy own.
How do we...
Is it... really you?
I feel fine, I think.
There seems to be no doubt. He is still himself.
Everyone?
So let me get this. You're saying it's not a matter of our captain and his highness joining together, but that the former was... this disembodied...
Then, that's why he had no memories? 'Cause...
I see. What shaped you, so to speak, was the prince's will itself, a part of his consciousness. Yet perhaps the form we knew was one shaped by
a mass of Makla with a will. Small wonder he awakened to an archetype before anyone else.
The self, as a manifestation of one's desire.
You mean to say that it was not merely...
If that's true, this is finally your reunion with your sworn liege. Seems like cause for rejoicing, eh?
But I...
No.
While all and sundry believed the lad had shuffled off, you alone kept the faith, milady.
Fate was
Are you really? Please. Please, forgive me, Your Highness. I failed you, and more. Despite being a member of your royal guard, I did not recognize Your Highness at our meeting, and showed you such insolence.
Actually, you've been there for me this whole time.
He's right, you know. If we'd not met you, we'd certainly never have made it this far.
This time...
Finally, we've done...
By the way, what are we supposed to call you now? I mean, how would you prefer to be addressed?
Captain. Same as always.
No, Your Highness! With all respect, I must object.
This is no time to be thick-headed, Miguel. He's the one who gets to decide what we ballet call...
You, sir, should be begging His Highness for forgiveness on bended knee. You mangled the...
well done.
So much for that.
It's beyond belief. Not just that after so long, and that it was the boys. He is a child.
His was a fantasy surpassing
No. Even have...
I can only guess that fate...
That's right. I remember. I heard a voice.
A voice?
If you can't remember anything from before our journey, I shouldn't have known you then. I thought we both received the order to save the prince, too.
A voice?
I know someone was guiding me.
So a disembodied voice.
Hey, who do you think the voice belongs to?
I have a...
Come to think of it, this place...
I might say the same.
Does it...
Perhaps. I imagine all this comes as if you have come to the end.
Chief Descruide, we want to know... We Mustari are also said to have inherited truths of the world before. I myself feel a strict...
To know what we are, you must first...
What now?